We go for the recording. So guys, hi. Today I thought I will take the platform and give you something that has been very important for me. And we are going to be talking about family patterns, generational patterns which are walking in people's lives. So first of all, what is a pattern? Pattern has got various names. You call it constellations. I'm not talking about family constellations the way the constellators do it. But constellation by itself, the word means patterns. So let's look into my slides and let's see what's there. Um, okay. Just so. Just let me know if you can see the slides. Can you see the slides, guys?
No, no.
Facebook दिख रहा है?
Yes,
Facebook
that's
is.
can be seen.
Facebook दिख रहा है. Thought as much. That's what happened even last time. Because I'm trying to do too many things with one laptop, and how do I go about it? Optimize share. What is showing is my Facebook screen. What is not showing is my computer screen. Share the computer sound. Optimize share screen for video clip. Okay. Files. Give me a minute, guys. Let me figure this out. Or I can do something. I will go off the Facebook and come back on the Facebook again. That will work. So I'm ending the streaming. Facebook. No. Facebook Live, I'm stopping, and I'll come back to the Facebook again. So that way it will work then. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see?
Yes, now we can see it.
Yeah.
Not as much. Okay, slideshow, play from the start. Okay. Now I will have to go back and stop share. Now I'll have to put it on the Facebook. So give me a minute. Live on Facebook. Technology, guys, trying to organize three things together is quite something. I never thought I'll go into technology like this. Okay, I think we're all set. You can see the slide still, right? Hello, guys. Can you see the slide still?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can see that.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So I'm talking right now about generational patterns and diseases that people get because of generational patterns. Okay. So when we look at the word pattern, it also means, how do you say, a design. It also means something that is same again and again. Like we human beings look similar. We all have two hands, legs, a face, eyes like this. All the dogs look alike. All the plants look alike. So they have certain basic features by which, or a certain pattern with which they look like themselves. And if we break the word dis-ease means something I'm not at ease with, something that I am not comfortable with. Have you all got that much? Just please put on the chat box so that I get that you've got that much. Okay. So what really is a pattern? Can you see this slide and can you see how many different patterns are present in the nature? It's beautiful to watch these patterns. The zebra has got the pattern, the plants have got a pattern, butterflies have got a pattern, the leaves have got a pattern. Everything is a design, everything is beauty, everything is, it's as if nature knows how to create itself again and again. Like day and night is a pattern. Morning happens and you know what you're going to do. Even your routine in the whole day is a pattern. What happens at night, it's a routine that you follow, that you'll have dinner. If your children are there, how be nice for us to go and read bedtime stories to them. And then you will be wearing your nightie before all that. And then you would be sleeping. So there is a pattern, there is a ritual, there is a connection with which you are going. Your heart has a pattern. If we were to take ECG or CT scan or MRI, there is a certain patterns that it will show. And what are symptoms? Symptoms are something that screams out to tell you that something is not at ease in the body. So whether it is your mental health or whether it is your physical health, it is about something you're not at ease with. You're not comfortable with something that's happening in your life. Like when Ashwini was talking about her life, she was talking about how she felt sad during certain times. Because something had happened, something had put her not at ease, then the symptoms were there. Symptoms do not come by themselves. Symptoms are always created like a symphony with something that's not in your control. Something that you wish you were more in control with. Something that you wish you had more connection with. Something that you're not at ease with. Like, I got married to the guy and I really wanted to be at ease with him. But I wasn't comfortable. And I didn't know why I wasn't comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable. Now I keep ignoring it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. On the 30th day, a symptom comes up. What's the symptom screaming out and saying? Look at what you are not at ease with. Look, do not neglect. Go there. Have a look at what you're not okay with. Let's break down the word generation. And generation means stock or race. To generate means to create something. And we also call our generations ancestors. Ancestors means something that had happened before. Ante means before. Before things went or go in the way that we wanted to go. So this is a family portrait where you're looking at generations sitting together. Now, if that little one right in front has a certain disease, that's actually like her uncle sitting right at the back. How did that uncle give her a disease? And how did that run from that end to that end? So a disease can be a pattern by itself, which has moved from her maybe great grand uncle to that little girl maybe sitting in front. So I want you to make a note here. All the diseases which are called degeneration. I'm repeating again. All diseases which are called degeneration. D means to cut off. Generation. Who am I cutting myself off? From a generation. I'm cutting off myself from the pattern of my generation. And that is why it's so important for us to keep repeating the patterns, as if to keep the loyalty of the family going, as if to say, I belong to this family because I look like them. Degeneration would mean I'm cutting off the generation from my being. I'm cutting my roots off. I'm cutting my source off. And when I'm cutting this source off, I'm cutting this generation off, I'm feeling limp. I'm not feeling okay. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We are all of us right now where we are sitting in a matrix of life. It's an invisible web that's holding us. Research proves that if all of us right now sitting down could create emotions of love, we can actually send it to each other and we can actually use it for healing diseases. And this is research proves. It's not my work. Matrix is literally a dense field. It's a field in which we are all suspended. Everything that has happened to us from lifetimes, from this life, from lifetimes to whoever we've met, all the people, all the information is lying as if like in a jelly around us. It's all there. We are network of all these, not just network inside the head and the brain, but we are network of all these connections around us. And from there, we can retrieve any information, connect with anyone across time and space. I've often found this about myself. If people cross my brain in the middle of the night or otherwise, it's very strange. The next day, they will give me a call and say, hi, and I will actually be thinking, Arey, I was thinking of you yesterday. Now it's become like this. If I feel that they are too often knocking on my brain like this, then what I do is I actually will give them a call and say, hi, how are you? And the minute I say, hi, how are you? I know that they will actually turn around and say, you know what, Anu, we were thinking about you. Now, how does that happen? How does that happen that one person on the other side is actually thinking about me and I am thinking about them too? How does that connection happen? And that connection happens because we are all sitting in a network of, or the meshwork of connections, invisible web in which we are all sitting. So we all have it's a collective mind. So when we are sitting every day in the evening from 9:30 to 11:30, we are creating a collective mind. We are creating a collective mind which is sharing beliefs, ideas, morals, attitudes, and we are creating a new collective consciousness. And what does what does this consciousness actually mean? It means that the unconscious that we share with our ancestors and within a human race in general, it is same as you inheriting your mother's nose, your father's color of hair. Carl Jung says that a reservoir of experiences of our species, like the child who's coming now, doesn't have to learn too much about the computer, because in creative consciousness, already that has got created. It's like patterns are already repeating. So let's look at what is a trauma. What is a trauma? And if you look at the word trauma, it's got the ma in the end. Ma is got all to do with authority, mother. Trauma is got to do with when something in your life is coming which you do not know how to deal with. You are not connected with it. I keep giving this example a lot to my clients who say that, oh, they should have been prepared for a trauma. And a lot of you might think, oh, you should have been prepared for a marriage. You should have been, even marriage can be a trauma. Even good things can be a trauma. So a lot of us believe that we should be somehow be in control of our traumas. So I often tell people this, that it is impossible that you would have worn mask on your face and gloves on your hands before the pandemic. No matter how much you would have been prepared, you wouldn't have worn that before the pandemic, even if somebody had prepared you. Because there is no way we can prepare ourselves for these traumas. We can be aware that the trauma is coming, but we cannot make ourselves, how to say, aware of these traumas. We cannot prepare ourselves for these traumas. Guys, somebody is unmuted themselves, and it's very difficult for me to be unmuting. Yeah, please. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Please mute yourself. Thank you. So what is a UDIN? UDIN is an acronym that we use in Meta Health. U stands for unexpected, D stands for dramatic, I stands for isolating, N stands for no plan. I repeat again. UDIN is an acronym which we are using to describe the shock. Any shock, any trauma that is creating discomfort in your life. It could be a loss of a boyfriend. It could be that your mom came home and suddenly gave you a slap on your face. And that was very unexpected. You did not expect her to do that. It was dramatic. You felt disconnected and isolated. You did not know how to deal with it because you couldn't expect her to do that. And you're suddenly going, oh, how come this happened to me? It's unbelievable. This cannot happen to me. Let's take another example. Let's say your husband comes back home and says, darling, you know what? I'm not in love with you anymore. And you've been married for, let's say, 27 years of your life. I'm not in love with you anymore. I need to separate from you. I don't think we are gelling anymore. I need my separation. And in your mind, your relationship is perfect. You've never thought about it like this. So he announcing this to you could be unexpected, dramatic, isolating, where you have no plan how to deal with the story. Or let's say that he comes and says, and you ask him, so who have you found? And he says, well, you know what? I found John on your friend's husband. He's really somebody who I can gel with. And we both are thinking of getting married. This is even more shocking for you, that you stayed with a guy who probably is probably been gay for so long and you didn't even know about it. So things that you did not expect in everyday life are the ones that shock us. So take a minute, write down, could there be things that have happened in your life which you were not expecting? Just take a minute, take a paper, pencil, write down, are there things happening in your life that you were never expecting it to happen, like job loss, like your child screaming at you, something that happened which you never thought would happen, and you couldn't talk, you couldn't say anything, you were like, I'm just lost. I'm at loss of the words. I don't know what to do. Just take a minute and write down. Can't see the chat box. So can I? Okay, can you put in the chat box? Can you put in the chat box? Are there anything that you really felt lost about? Okay, anything that took your peace away and put you in pieces? Okay, yes. when I lost my dad. Thank you so much. Death can always do this thing to us where we have no plan how to deal with it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am, when I lost my brother, when the death of my cousin brother, yes. It changes you. It changes you forever. Your peace is gone forever. Anything else? I lost my honey. Yes. When we lose people, that's one kind of Yuden. When we lose people to death, when we lose people to separation. Anything else? When I lost, yes. When people get married, that can be what can create. When I lost freedom after my marriage, very good. When I lost friends who I would never have thought that they will leave me and go, excellent. Anything else, guys? Very good. When people say, I don't feel like talking to you, when they even say those words. Okay, so I think you've kind of understood what I'm talking about. This is the time. This is the time when the Yuden happens, when there is a possibility of the old patterns breaking. And the old pattern was that before that, you were having so much of fun. Everything was okay. Life was perfect. And then suddenly something has happened. Suddenly something has happened that's so dark, so grave, so horrible, so unexpected that suddenly your life feels like, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't do it. It can't be happening to me, man. It must be a mistake. This is not my life. No, it can't be happening to me. And it must be a joke. Maybe morning I'll get up and everything will be fine. But then slowly it seeps in. It's not a joke. It's really not a joke. It did happen. Something horrible did happen where we lost ourselves, where we lost our peace, where we have gone into pieces. And this is where the new pattern starts. So there's a transition from the old pattern. Old pattern is all that we were doing before the trauma into a new pattern which occurs after the trauma. So that's how the patterns would get changed. Just like in this picture, like all the lemons are in that specific color, but there's one oddball out. So that one small odd thing out could make you uncomfortable and could make you create a new pattern. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Now I want you to know this: unhealed traumas are carried through generations. And how? A lady, when she is pregnant, if she is pregnant with a baby girl, the baby girl has ova inside her ovary already. Whatever is happening to the mother, and I repeat it, whatever is happening to the mother is getting registered by those ovas which are inside that baby girl. Can you imagine if good things are happening, even those are getting processed by that baby girl, the ova inside the baby girl, and you are that ova inside the baby girl, that little ova, that eggs inside the unborn child, the unborn girl, already have the imprint of what the mother is going through. So you're already present inside your grandmother. And what is happening to your grandmother has already impacted you. Which means what happened almost 70, 80 years ago has already impacted the ova within you and has already impacted you. Isn't that amazing? And so that means you already know that you're carrying those traumas inside you. Let's go further. So actually, when we think we're absolutely free, we are really not that free, because we are already carrying our uncle, our aunt, information from everywhere inside us. And like I told you, already in the grandmother's womb, you're present. Though your mother was present there, but you're already present there in the form of a little seed. And we all know that if I take that little seed and give it the right environment, it should be great for that seed. If I give it wrong environment, it will be bad for the seed. This is an experiment that is done by children in second standard. They take the seeds, they put it out in the sun, they give it water, and they give it sunlight. If the plant gets the sunlight, the soil, the water, the plant grows well. If the plant doesn't get sunlight, the water, and the soil, the plant doesn't grow well. So if the grandmother, which is your soil, in which that little seed is already there, didn't get sunlight, didn't get water, didn't get soil, metaphorically, she did not get love and affection. The child is already carrying her beliefs in himself or herself. So the patterns are already laid down in our stories. Most of our communication that we are doing, most of our verbal communication that we are doing, and we are giving so much importance to our verbal communication, holds only 7% of weightage. Most of our verbal communication is a distraction. It's like saying our basic etiquettes that we need, or the basic languages that we need, are just a way to enhance our communication, which most of the time we are using for manipulation. It is our non-verbal communication which is far more important. Most of the people use opposite languages. Like, for example, somebody saying, so somebody's asking you, let's say somebody's asking you, will you marry me? And you're saying, yes, yes, yes. But your head is going, no, but you're saying yes. Your body and what you're saying has to be in sync with each other. Now, even when we are looking at even when we are noticing various things, we have to look at 6 different senses, and all of you, I want you to put your hands out like this. Very good. The first sense is eyes, right here. With eyes we see, with ears we hear, with nose we smell, with skin we get the touch, with the mouth we are tasting, with our tongue. This is touch. Your skin is picking up the temperature, and your mentally how you're feeling is going with your internal thoughts. And how we expressing ourselves, we are getting all the information from here, from all our senses. All our senses are giving us, you know how much of information is getting thrown at you per second? Guess, guys, put it on your chat. Let's see if you know how much information you take in per second. I'm waiting, put it on the chat. How much percentage? Yeah, thank you so much, Vasavi. It's only 9 to 10 bits. So imagine there is a room full of chocolates, guys. Imagine there is a room full of chocolates. That much of information you're getting per second. And how much can you select per second if those all chocolates are getting picked up per second? You can only pick up 9 to 10 chocolates from there. 2 to 9 chocolates, between 2 to 9 chocolates. And you're creating your whole reality from there. So your grandmother who was carrying you in her womb has picked up some information about men, let's say, and has said men are bad people. And now that goes to her daughter. You have to be careful of men. You have to get married to them, but men are bad people. They cannot take care of you. Now this is subconsciously going into the daughter who's saying, yeah, I have to get married, but men are bad people. Do you know generations of people are angry with each other because of information filtering down like this? So non-verbal communication is your facial expression, your tone of the voice, how your body will move, what is the appearance, the eye contact, the gestures, and the posture. So what are the patterns that get repeated in the family? How many marriages are happening in the family? Whether divorces happen or not? Patterns of attractions, repulsions, and indifferences, accidents happening in the family, choice of profession and retirement age, diseases, important illnesses, number of children, miscarriages, twins coming into the world, the way we look, our perceptions, relationship problems, affairs, hatreds, breakups, revenges, broken hearts, separation, reconciliation, right up to we are like little monkeys, guys. We learn from aping our parents, and they learn from aping their parents. So if your house, a cooking is getting done in an American's house, he's going to cook in the American way. An Indian house is going to cook in an Indian way because that's what he saw all his life. He's going to talk in an American way, someone is going to talk in an Indian way. When people talk, how they even make and what they can speak. My mother is from Ludhiana. She cannot say were. She cannot pronounce that word. And that's it by default going down in generations. How come it's going down in generations? Is because that's how the training has been. They don't hear certain phonetics. They don't hear certain words. So people who haven't learned Sanskrit, for them to bring or to say Indian names may be very difficult. Or somebody who's not learned Hindi, to pronounce Hindi words may be very difficult because their ears and tongue is not used to that kind of phonetics. And it's really interesting how things can be missing in a pattern, or things may be there in the pattern because you're following a certain way of doing things. So I'm not going to go into too many case studies. We'll look at this case study 1. And this was a very, very interesting case study, which was done by me actually in Czech Republic, where I used to stay. And there was this lady who came to me, and she had come to me when she had got cancer. And she started narrating her story and what was her breast cancer connected with. But more than anything else, what amazed me, the trauma that her mother had gone through, and the trauma that her mother's mother had gone through was still impacting her and was impacting her daughter too. So this is during World War II. And you know the stuff that happened during World War II around Germany, around east of Europe. It wasn't a very happy story over there. You know, I'm actually feeling that I'm walking into the history right now. And so I'm talking about this lady's grandmother now. My client's grandmother, she had 3 children, 2 daughters and 1 son. And she had to run away from her house. She had to run away from her house so that her children will not get killed. And there was destruction all over, and she's running in that destruction. She doesn't know where to take shelter. And she's moved out of the house. This is completely a Yudin. It's unexpected. One day before that, she had bread in her plate. She has a house. Everything is fine. Now Germany is under attack, and she has to flee her house. Otherwise, she will not be alive. So she picks up her 3 kids and she runs to survive out of the house, out of safety of her own house. So it's unexpected, it's dramatic, it's isolating because she cannot ask help from her neighbors, friends, or anybody, and she doesn't have any plan what to do anything. And this is the time when she gets raped by the soldiers in front of her son and 2 daughters. She takes a shelter She takes a shelter in a house of a very kind old people who say to her, come in, we will support you. So she's already not in the right frame of mind. When she reaches there, she's already got raped. Somehow she has managed still to carry her 2 children and reach this elderly couple who has happily taken her in. They're now going to give her a bed to sleep, not just to her, but to her 3 kids. They're going to put food in her plate. They're going to make sure that she's safe, and she trusts them. This is the time when her daughter starts getting touched by this old man. And the girl cannot say anything. The old man is making love to her, and her mother, who has already got raped, trusts this old man because he's old and she doesn't think he's capable of any harm. He obviously is not touching her daughter in front of everyone or front of her, but she is getting every day used by this old man till she becomes pregnant. And when she becomes pregnant, she, along with the old man's wife, tries to abort the baby, create an abortion for her own daughter, and knitting needles were used to abort the little child. The baby does not get aborted. The baby is born. And when the baby is born, you can imagine the mental status of the grandmother is already not okay. The lady who is the young girl who's got raped, she is not fine. And the baby is born, and this baby is my client's mother. The shocks that this mother has received, leaving the house, mother getting raped, old man using her as a sex object, mother and the old lady delivering the baby with the knitting needles. And in the whole process, this girl, this little baby which is born, grows up to give birth to my client, who is actually a teacher in a very big school, but throughout her childhood. So if I'm explaining to you properly, the baby is born, the baby now grows up, and she has a daughter who is my client. This client of mine was beaten up by this little baby with pans, pots, and everything that you can think of. She would just lose her cool and beat up the children. And the baby, so I'm talking about the next generation now, the baby born to my client's client can also feel the trauma. So this is the lady who was working in the school, who was my client. She has been beaten up by her mother, who was to be aborted by her mother by the knitting needles. She did not hit her daughter, but her daughter could still feel the trauma in her veins. And guess what she did? She tried making documentaries of the World War II without any knowledge that all this had happened. Why am I telling you this? We think what happened 100 years back does not impact us. We think the abortions that happened in the family did not impact us. We think that if someone has gone and had an affair outside, it's not going to impact us. Every bit of what happens in our family, which you know about and you don't know about, impacts us. Case number 2. And after the case number 2, I will take question answers because I don't want to get into too much further than this. So this we'll look with the drawing patterns. And we look at the color and the language of the subconscious mind. Can you see this drawing, guys? This is the drawing that was done by the grandfather. And can you see a red color sun, water, trees, a small hut, and can you see that almost one side of the paper is not utilized at all? The gentleman has not used certain space of the paper at all. There's a blank space over there. Is everybody on the same page? Could you put down on the chat yes, no, something, so that I know we are on the same page, guys? Okay. Everybody getting it? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we can see that there is a space that is vacant on that side. We can see the pattern here is of a river, two trees, a house and mountain like this, and a red sun. Now let's look what his wife draws. Do you see any similarity here? Mountains which are not as full. The paper on again is not completely filled. We have a river flowing and very small trees right at the end, like shrubs right at the end. So both the husband and wife have the pattern of having mountains and a river. Let's look back again. That's what husband drew. That's what the wife drew. Now let's see, what does the daughter draw? The daughter draws water coming out of the house, but water is still there. The hills are still there. And it's as if there is emotion coming out of the water is coming out of the house. Literally a pathway that should have been solid, concrete. You have a river coming out from there. Now let's look at her daughter. Her daughter draws again houses with the river like this, with many houses. So I'm going to repeat again, take you back. This is granddaughter. This is her mother. This is mother's mother and mother's father. You will see mother's father having a stream, mountains which are very full with one side not covered up. Mother having a river, mountains, paper is kind of empty. Daughter again having river and mountains, and daughter again having river and mountains. And look at the house. The houses do not have any doors or windows. Look at the mother's house. It has a door, no windows. Look at the house, not there. Look at the house. We have no doors in Papa's house. Can you see that? Can you see the patterns running? It's like as if for generations people have felt caged in their houses. No house, no windows and no doors. And look at the son. His way of looking at things is entirely different. He doesn't have a river. He has a flood. He has waterfall on the top. And the mountains, instead of being on the top, have gone down. So we know that he thinks differently from the whole family. And it's amazing how families carry these kind of patterns in their stories. Not going into this. Okay. So that's a third one. As they are married. There's a break in the relationship, and the son wants to become a camera to do with movies. He goes and studies movies, and this is his drawing. His drawing shows that the hut is made up in dark black color. There is a chimney over there, and there's so many trees over there, and his house looks as if it's uphill. Even today when he makes the house, it's always uphill. But the color of his house has kept changing over a period of time. Let's look at the next one. He has made himself as a centerpiece and has created everything in black and blue. When blue and black are like this together, we can see clouds as if people are talking. These are how many thoughts he has inside his head. These are all the clouds. This is all the confusion. And he looks as if he doesn't have any ground to stand on. Let's go back and look. No ground to stand on. No ground to stand on. And he has got clouds all around him. He's confused and he's looking in a certain direction. His whole body physiology is there, yet his feet are not there. He doesn't know how to root himself down completely. And that's his family. His family is standing with their hands behind. Nobody's looking at anybody. Complete pictures, but they're standing with their hands behind. Each one is looking straight at the world, but they are not touching each other. They are not holding each other. In fact, the father is looking somewhere else. The mother is looking straight ahead. The daughter is right in the center. And the boy who drew this drawing drew his family and didn't draw himself. He doesn't feel belong to the family. I give you one more case of color blindness. Has everybody followed the last case? Just give me something on the chat so that I know that you've got it. Okay, let's go with the color blindness. This is a case of Pakistan, India, and this is the case of my son actually. When Pakistan and India was, conflict was going on, that is the time when my husband's family moved from Pakistan to India. And this was the scene at that time, very chaotic. People lost in his family job, they lost respect, they lost security, they lost a country, they lost identity, and they lost pride. And when you lose respect, you lose the green color in your life. I repeat again, when you lose respect, you lose green color in your life. When you lose job, you lose red color in your life. And these are the two spectrums my son does not have in his eyesight. He cannot see red and green color properly because his grandfather's father lost his job and respect during the movement from Pakistan to India. He cannot see certain colors because he cannot see respect and he cannot see people without, for him, being without job is, and being without respect is a very big thing. So red is for action and green is for pride. And these are the two colors missing in his eye and in his spectrum. And the same thing repeated for us when we were in 2008 in Prague. We had to move back to our country because in the same way as ages back, his grand ancestors had to move from Pakistan to India. Our family was one of those who got wrapped into 2008 economic meltdown, where we had to move back from Czech Republic to India and had to re-establish ourselves back in India. So the whole chaos created itself again. The whole chaos of looking for job again in India. It's almost like everybody, so two generations are already suffering with this color blindness. And maybe if we don't sort this out, people further in the family will suffer from the similar issues. Okay, this is where I'm not doing any more. I just wanted to first get, did you guys understand what I was talking about? Did it make any sense to all of you? You can unmute yourself. Yes. Neela, please ask the question that you need to. I will throw right now to the questions and then do healing for one person. I will be working on one person who has got generational patterns running in their family. Any questions, guys? Yes, Archana.
Thank you, very beautifully explained.
Thank you. I can't, it's very difficult for me to talk like this because I feel I'm talking to the computer. I'm one of those interactive types.
I know, but nothing as in right now.
Okay. Any questions coming in for anybody? There are a lot of case studies, but I don't want to get into those more. I want to work with someone. So does anyone have something that you really need to work on that you feel is coming from generations? We could do the work right now with advanced clearing energetics.
Asthma is coming to me from past 2 generations that I know
Okay.
of.
Asthma is coming to you from past few
My
generations.
mom, my nani, my mamu, everybody.
Okay, wonderful. Can others also open their windows and tell me if they have anything else going on? Because we could do a lot of work here. All of us could do work together. You're getting my point? Anybody else who has any patterns going on in their family?
Anu, me.
What is going on? I can't hear you, Aarti. You're frozen. What are the patterns going on in your family, Aarti?
So I think thyroid is going on in my mom's side as well as my dad's side.
Okay. Mom and dad side. Oh, wow. Okay. Stay with that. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Anybody else has any diseases passing up and down or anything else passing up and down?
Anu,
Yes.
can I
Hello,
say
ma'am.
something?
Yes. Yes, Sarita.
I'll write it in the chat.
I can't.
Diabetes and hypertension since generation.
How many generations would you say that?
Ma'am, countless. Like since ages I'm listening that all my ancestors have passed due to diabetes and hypertension.
Wow.
Anu,
Okay. Yes, Nutan.
can a loss of hair or baldness can be pass it on? I mean,
Absolutely.
so yes, it's there since generations. I know as of like my grandmother and my mother and then me.
Wonderful. Anybody else would like to share? Because
Ma'am, I feel skin problems are also there in our family. My bua has it now, my sister have it.
okay. Anybody else? You're going to pick up. I want to help all of you. So I don't want to kind of, I'm trying to see how we can do a demonstration where all of you get benefited. Rashi, yes?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, low blood pressure.
Low blood pressure. How many generations?
I think 3 I know. Even I have low blood pressure sometimes.
Okay. Anybody else, guys?
Anu, alcoholism in my mother's family, which has come even in my family.
Thank you
And
so much.
second is, the women not having a good family life. I see these patterns, not just in I see it in my cousins, everybody, my mother's side, every family, I see that pattern.
Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else? Guys, these are also patterns. Anybody else?
Behavioral patterns.
Yes.
Lot of behavioral, the way you even reacting or handling situations or
Give a specific
dealing
behavior, Ashwini.
like an autonomous response. Say something happens, the way we deal with it, either we get angry or immediately we get into shock or something like that. So those kind of behavioral patterns, even they come as family patterns.
Yes, they are family patterns. And how many generations would be running with it?
Oh, generations and generations.
Generations and generations. Okay. So I want you to first understand these patterns.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am, obesity and thin hair around the crown area.
Very good. Thin hair around the crown area from your mom's side?
Yes, ma'am, from my mom's side.
Okay.
And obesity from both my parents' side.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else?
I would also like to say,
yes,
some kind of infidelity from different kinds of relationships for generations.
Okay, so relationship problems throughout the generations where people are not faithful with each other. Thank you for sharing that. Sana, yes?
Constipation, chronic constipation past 3 generations.
Okay, chronic constipation passing through 3 generations. Please mute yourself. Thank you. Beautiful. Anybody else? Yes, Raju, please unmute yourself. Yes, Raju. I see you raising your hand. Yes, Raju, what would you like to share? Okay. So,
Sorry, ma'am. This is Divya from my husband's home. I'm having this
yeah,
thing. I mentioned to you about my mother not even visiting her dead mother
yes.
because of she felt she loved the other siblings more, and that has passed on to me. I feel unloved. And then with my girls, I had mentioned it. I mean, I don't think you.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
So
much.
I'm just thinking whether we can do a group
And
work.
ma'am, sorry, they also fled from Pakistan, as you mentioned during the Pakistan, the 1947, the
Yeah.
partition.
A lot of stuff happened during that time. I mean, there is so much that has
And
happened.
my grandfather was he left home, and the others stayed back, and they were murdered by the other Pakistanis.
Yeah. So we can see a lot of trauma that has gone down from generations. Yes, Swati, please go ahead.
Asthma from my father.
Okay, so we begin with Archana, and all of you can keep popping up, but I will first tell you why it happens in short. So you write down whatever the illnesses and the reasons, and then we'll work together in a group so that all of you get benefited. Is that okay? Does that work for everybody? So that
Yes,
everybody gets benefited,
Yes, ma'am.
not just one person. So Archana,
Yes,
you were talking about asthma.
Yes, sir.
So is it bronchial asthma? Is it laryngeal asthma?
Bronchial.
Bronchial. So all of you who haven't done meta, bronchial asthma, bronchies are the tubes which are going into the lungs. And there are two kinds of asthmas. One is bronchial asthma, one is laryngeal asthma. That is to do with the larynx, to do with the voice box. Now, when you have bronchial asthma, it has got to do with something that was yours has been taken away from you. So, Archana, when you get an attack, is there any thinking at that time before that? When did you first start with these attacks?
As a child, I think I was in class 6 or 7.
Class 6 or 7. Could there be a birth of a child around that time?
No.
Was there a change of school at that time?
I had a change of school every 4 years, so yes, being in the defense.
Yeah.
But yes, and
how did you feel because of the change of the school?
I had a lot of adjustments to do, make new friends, new
Very
place.
I want you to hear, guys. My space, my territory has been taken away from me. We heard from Ashwini how difficult adjustments can be. For a 4-year-old who has to change, she was 6, but it is like she is a different environment, and there must be things which were different from before environment. When she has to adjust to things that she cannot is when the asthmatic attack probability will be high. Does that resonate with you, Archana, in any way?
Absolutely, every time. There is something that I have to do which I'm not mentally comfortable with.
Thank you so much. Just make a note of it. Let me go to Sarita. Sarita, you mentioned about diabetes.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said a lot of generations died because of diabetes.
Yes.
Okay, dia means 2, bitis means house. It's about not feeling connected with something. A lot of people who came from Pakistan to India felt divided and separated from their motherland. And a lot of people who went from here over there felt the same way. Our borders are full of people having diabetes. It's like there, it is also about resistance. It's also about sugar consumption, but it is also about they not feeling. It's like my heart is broken, my house is broken, and I don't feel connected. So are there too many property issues that are going on in the family? Do the brothers not get along? Do people not get along? Batware hote hain? Is there like a divide that is happening in your families?
Yes.
Yes. So just stay with that. I'll go to Aarti. Aarti, you talked about thyroid. Thyroid, if you break the word thyroid, roid means, if you take in Shakespearean English, it's the riot. It's as if something has created a fight in my system. Thigh means die, the riot in my system that makes me and leaves me helpless. It happens over here. Thyroid is over here, the gland, which looks like a butterfly. And butterfly is literally a symbol of transformation. So when I have to again adjust, make my transformation, and I cannot transform because the conflict is inside my heart, I'm going to get thyroid in the whole story. Does that resonate with you, Aarti?
Yeah.
Thank you. Rashi, low blood pressure happens when
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is in resolution. That means there is a lot of pressure you guys put on yourself, any whichever ways. Blood is always connected with identity. There's a lot of pressure on your identity, which will then be a flux between low blood pressure and the high blood pressure. Again, it is obviously connected with kidneys, but we are looking at very simple word as to when I feel that I have achieved all that I want to achieve, I have got what I want to get, I will suddenly, my pressure will shift. I will not put that much of stress on myself is when I will have an issue going on. Do you put too much of pressure on yourself to prove yourself, to have an identity?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. There were other questions. Can other people please unmute themselves and give me the stuff that they were talking about? Vasavi talked about breast. Anita, you said about skin issues. What exactly is the skin issue?
Ma'am, my bua had psoriasis. My mother also have it, and my sister she have lichen planus.
Okay, so when we look at psoriasis, psoriasis is generally got to do with more than one separation, either separation by death or separation. It has also got to do with sexual abuse that may have happened in the families, which is not said and not talked about. It is also separation from more than one person, which will create the whole issue. This is a very touchy topic when we come to skin, because skin has got the whole kin in it, the boundaries created by the kin. And the one of the boundaries that the kin or our families create is also that we shouldn't talk about things which are uncomfortable, like abuse, like how we are treated. So looks to me as if there is a lot of stuff going around, sexual stuff, which nobody's talking about. Okay, so just to give you, does it resonate with you by any chance?
I feel that there are things that we are taught ki you should not speak about. I don't know in actual that what could be the thing with them,
Yeah,
because
I wouldn't go there
they
right
have
now,
not shared that.
not on this session, because that would mean you'll be lying down on the ground and crying, and I wouldn't go there right now. But just to let you know that there seems to be dark places where we have to go and visit. Anybody else, guys? Priya had said, yes, Sana?
Constipation.
Constipation. So, Sana, constipation is about you wanting to constantly do things in your way and you getting very irritated when things don't go your way. So, matlab, if you had your way, you would control everything. Let's break the word constipation. Constantly pasting, cut and paste things in the same way. Shun means my actions that I'm taking are consistently in the same way. Constipation is about letting go. You have digested the food and now you need to let go. And it's almost like you cannot let go of things. You will hold on to it and you will keep doing, stubbornly standing there and saying things have to be my way. My brother has to come back. Sorry to say that, but it is not going to happen, bacha. So constantly when I'm doing or asking for things in a certain way and I'm not ready to let go is when the constipation happens. Anyone else, guys?
No,
Migraine.
Yes,
alcoholism that I mentioned in my
yes,
family
yes,
generation.
yes. Alcoholism is got to do with these two centers over here in the brain. The two centers in the brain which are there are right above the ears. It has got to do with the coronary arteries and coronary veins. These are also the areas where we have our addiction centers. It has got to do with addiction of any kind. Any kind. It can be sex addiction, it can be alcohol addiction. The centers are right here, right? These two places. People who have substance or any kind of addiction is got to do with they need to do something which gives them pleasure. So it starts off in a very simple way because someone rejected you, or you're standing with someone that you're really enjoying sharing a cup of glass with or alcohol with. But when it's an addiction and it's running in the family, there would also be love stories of uninterrupted loves, people getting married somewhere where they didn't want to get married, or losing their jobs when they didn't need to lose job. Any such history there, Jinder, Ms. Kaur? Have
My
people
dad faced a lot of challenges in his work. Yes. My younger brother is not working for last 20 years.
So there it goes. It's got to do with the work. So there is a loss of territory, loss of space, loss of something, and this will also have mood swings along with it. You will find them getting very easily triggered, very easily getting angry, such people, and very easily then coming back into feeling very depressed, repenting, and then getting into again into very abusive behavior at times. Does that ever happen, Tajinder?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anu.
You're most welcome. Anybody else, guys, before I
Ma'am,
get
my case.
Baldness.
baldness? Baldness is about some touch not there. So it's like someone in the family has got separated from you, where that person would do this. You know, in our Punjabi, they say this, Bibba Munda, sweet bacha, they do this. We do a lot of this. And even in most of the cultures, we'll do this. Even in lovemaking, you do this. Literally, it's almost like hair is part of so when that touch is missing, when that touch goes off, along with that touch, the skin goes off, the hair goes off. What's the function of the hair? To give sensitivity to that area. When you don't want to remember the person, when you want to forget that person, you will start balding from that space. So it's love gone away from you, and that person used to touch you in that place, or you used to touch someone in that place. That touch is missing. That love is missing. Does that make any sense, Priya? Priya, did anyone lose someone very important in their life? Pardon?
No, ma'am. We have had thin hair.
I can't hear you.
Anu, Nutan here, and that
we've
resonates with me.
Pardon?
Nutan here, and that resonates with me. My mother lost her mother, and she stopped, literally she is still there in that loss, and I lost like her touch.
Thank you. I want you to know sometimes you don't have to lose people physically, but people can be with each other. Paas ho tum par kareeb nahi, and that can create the same story.
Yes.
Ma'am, my case.
Anybody else?
Ma'am, my case, Divya.
Also, ma'am,
you'll have to tell me what it was because I don't remember like this. Thank you.
You're telling me, ma'am?
Yes, Divya?
Yeah, we have, we have been born and brought up here, but the ancestors, mother and all, they came from Pakistan. And that time they faced all the usual struggles. Grandfather suddenly left home in Mumbai and went away. And his father was murdered there because he stayed back, chose to stay back because he had a lot of properties. And so these are two things we don't know whether they, like, no body form, nothing at all. And now the problem is why mother doesn't get along with her mother, to that extent that even when she died, she refused to go. And we somehow took her, like, healed the relation.
1 minute, Divya, 1 minute.
Yeah, ma'am.
Either they refused to meet each other because they were not there. That pattern is repeating in the family. When Pakistan, one family has come here to Bombay, the other one over there has been killed and murdered. Nobody could see each other. That's the pattern which is repeating. If your mother is not meeting the other even when they have died, it's almost like the patterns are repeating where either due to circumstances or due to hatred. The hatred that can kill is going on in the story where someone is killing the other person with hatred. We don't know who's killed who, right? But it's almost like, yes.
If I could interrupt,
Yes.
the grandfathers were the paternal side, my paternal side, and my mom's side is, I don't know about their Pakistan history, but this is a presenting complaint that she refused to follow, I mean, speak to my
मैं
nani for years
वही
together.
कहने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ आपको
जी जी
कि कुछ ऐसे हैं जख्म जो इसलिए हुए हैं क्योंकि दो जगहें अलग हो गई हैं.
Okay.
कुछ ऐसे हैं कि जहां हम जा सकते हैं तो हम ऐसे ही बिहेव कर रहे हैं जैसे दो जगह अलग हो गई.
Okay.
So even when I can go and meet, I'm not meeting because the presenting problem started from Pakistan.
Right.
Where even if you wanted to go and meet, you couldn't. So it's almost like one person dies and has never attended to in the way by his loved ones, the way like to get attended. So there seems to be a pattern running in that way in the family. Okay, guys, let's do the work because yes.
Ma'am, mine is allergic asthma for the last 1 year.
Pattern do hale.
Is you are having, how old are you, Swati?
42.
And what was happening in your life 1 year back where you felt fearful of something?
I lost my father 2 years back.
Okay, so what happened a year back where suddenly you felt that you were suffocated and you, as if something was taken away from you, which left you either speechless or left you without something. So father's death is connected with it, yes. But something else after that. You could have gone into fear of losing someone else. Go and see, did anyone get into any kind of illness a year back? Did you visit someone a year back? Did something happen where a fear walked out?
Actually, जब किसी की डेथ होने वाली होती तो मुझे पहले से पता चलने लगता है. Like 2-3 months back, I got visions, you know, कि ऐसे होने वाला है. And मतलब मैं चोक हो जाती हूँ. I cannot convey this message to the person or the relatives of the people. Like,
got it, guys? She gets choked with fear because in her premonition she knows that someone is going to die and she cannot warn or tell someone. She goes speechless. So what she is getting is called a laryngeal conflict. It's on the vocal cords. So great. Can we do a little healing for all this together?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, put your feet on the ground, all of you. Keep your eyes open. Put your feet on the ground and imagine roots growing in your ground. When you will feel these roots growing into the ground, you will actually feel some heat in your feet. Very good. Connect the top of your head to the top of the universe. Archana, can I work on you? Because that way I'll be able to work on everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so connect right on the top, Archana. Connect it with your heart. And right now, Archana's topic was about asthma. So go back and have a look at 6-year-old Archana. Connect with her with your heart. And ask her how she's feeling because she's made these changes in her life. Her school has got changed. The first thing that comes to your mind, start talking.
Scared.
Okay. Ask her what is she scared of. किस चीज से डर रही है वो?
Evening time and dark.
Okay. She's scared of evening time and dark. Okay, keep connecting to her. What about the evening time and darkness is making her scared?
Coming back all alone from the park.
Hmm?
Coming back all alone
Coming back all alone
to home from the park.
from the home,
To home from the park.
from to the home from the park. That's what is scaring her. Okay, stay with her. Ask her to connect with her higher self, which is right above. Ask her roots to be connected very deeply right up till the generations. Ask her, is this her energy or does it belong to someone else? Yes or no, just that much answer. Is this her energy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. It's her energy. Does it belong to anyone else? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. It's only her energy. Okay. So look at her energy and ask her, did something specifically happen in her life?
Wrongly sexually touched.
Wrongly sexually touched. When was that?
Coming back from the park.
Exactly. Now look at that energy being sexually touched. Is that only happened in her life or has it happened before in her generation? First thing that comes to your mind, don't think too much.
Has happened before.
It's happened before. Okay. So just scan your mind. Ask yourself how many generations back did it happen in mom's side or dad's side? Fatafat, don't think too much. Mom's side. Very good. How many generations from mom's side carried this energy? How many generations back?
12.
Okay. So see yourself moving 12 generations back. Literally walking 12 generations back. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Go into the 13th generation where this story hadn't ever happened, where women were safe. Very good. You can feel it. Yeah. Go into the 13th generation. Stand there. Stand there and watch all these women who have got touched. You're not in that place anymore. You're standing in the 13th generation where it did not happen.
Yes.
But you can watch all these people have gone through it.
Yes.
Okay? Ask yourself, this 13th generation where you're standing is a place of peace.
It is.
Very good. Stand there and get your learning. Stand there and get your learning of what has happened in these 12 generations. What is it that women have to do, have, or say that they haven't done, had, or said?
Then speak for themselves. Then complain against the situation.
They did not complain against the situation. They did not complain against the situation because first thing that comes to your mind,
They were scared that they might lose their freedom.
They might lose their freedom. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we keep standing in the 13th generation and tell them even when they did not express, they lost the freedom of speech?
Yeah.
They didn't know that. They thought they were not going to lose their freedom by not speaking.
By not speaking.
But actually they lost their freedom by not speaking.
Yeah.
And they lost their freedom of expression.
Okay.
Okay. Get your lesson now. What can be done? What is it that they're doing right now that they won't be able to do if they continue with the same pattern? What is it that they're doing right now that they have to stop doing?
Stop tolerating.
Very good. And what do they have to start doing?
Opening their mouth and speaking when they have to.
When they have to. Very good. Now send this learning to all the generations, right up till you and your daughter. it is safe. Make it safe for them. Create that platform which is safe for them. Bring in the protection of the angels, gurus, whoever you want to. And see this going like light and sparks and beautiful energy across space and time from 13th generation down till your daughter. What's the color around the generations?
White.
Okay. How are they feeling now with this new understanding?
Very relaxed.
Okay. What can be the new way for them to do things now?
Start talking.
Start talking. Very good. So what will it take for them? What if they start talking?
They can express this and they'll feel free and strong.
Very good. What if they can express themselves appropriately?
They will not feel as if they have to adjust to something. They'll talk about it.
Okay. What if they don't feel that they need to
talk?
They will be able to talk. What if they are able to talk freely? What will change for them?
They're independent.
What if they were independent?
They stand for themselves.
You had a long pause there. So stop and see, what is it? Is this your energy that it's not easy to be independent or it's not correct to be independent? What's the belief coming there?
No, it's my mom's.
What is it?
She's going through a bad marriage where she can't be independent.
Right. So when you're in marriage and you're in bad marriage, you got to stay in that bad marriage, because coming out of that bad marriage is not allowed. You can't be independent. Correct? Okay. So is this your energy? No, it's your mom's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go back and see how many generations from mom's side is carrying this energy.
7.
Okay, go into the 8th generation. Yeah, that's a lot of work you're doing, my dear. Go into the 8th generation. Stand there. This is a place where women were independent.
Yeah.
I can feel the energy till here. Stand there. In the 8th generation, breathe. Stand there in the 8th generation. I can feel the heat till here. What's happening? Archana, what's happening?
Giddiness, heaviness.
Yeah, I can feel it right till here. Breathe, 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 breathe. Go before 8th generation. Go after 8th generation. Looks like there's something even there still happening. Go back to the 9th generation.
Yeah.
Is it still heavy?
Yeah, yeah.
Go to the 10th generation. Still heavy?
Little.
Okay, go to the 11th generation. Okay.
Yeah, slight better.
Go to the 12th generation. Still feeling?
Better.
Okay. Go to the 13th generation. Go to the 15th generation. God bless you. Okay, go to 50th generation back, where the story does not exist. Breathe. Ask the angels, gurus to come there.
Yeah.
Very good. Your voice changed suddenly. Look now at all the generations who are feeling independence is choking. If they get independent, it's It'll kill them.
Yeah.
What can be new understanding from there? Is independence going to kill you?
No.
What can be the new understanding?
I need to be independent to be happy.
Very good. So send this new energy. What's the color of the energy? Send it across space and time to all the generations. Right up till your daughter.
Nice pink color.
Very good. Send this nice pink color across space and time. With the new understanding. And can the new understanding be that we are all interdependent? We are all in a matrix.
Yes.
There is really nothing called independence.
Yeah.
Because if there was that, then you wouldn't need carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange at all. We are all interdependent. And it's just a myth that we are independent.
Yes.
Okay, how does that feel?
Yeah. Thank you.
What's happening, Archana?
My leg is.
What is not intelligent about this?
No, it's not that it's not intelligent. It is just that
Okay,
to have marriages going, people went through all that. So that's what I said. That's it.
Say that again.
To have marriages going, people went through all that loss of independence and self.
Marriage was not perceived as marriage, but as
Yeah,
loss of independence.
as loss of independence.
Thank you so much. So it was their perception.
Yes.
Very good. Reality, it was just an adjustment that they couldn't do.
Yes.
Very good. So carry this new understanding that we have blamed marriage for everything. Marriage is not the cause of everything.
Yeah.
How does that feel? I suddenly can breathe better actually. How are you feeling?
Breathing better.
Marriage is not the cause of everything.
No, it's not.
It's our soch that's the cause of everything.
Yeah.
Very good. Carry this new pink energy that you had felt up to your mom. What's happening? What's happening?
I'm much better.
Good. Carry this energy to your mom.
Yes.
Fill your body up with completely with this pink energy. All of you can do this. Feel this pink energy in your feet, in your legs, whatever that pink color means to you. Carry it up your thighs, your back. And as you carry this pink energy, your body begins to relax. And more your body relaxes, more pink energy you can actually move up your body. And more that pink energy goes up in your body, the more your body is relaxing now. Your hands are relaxing, your arms are relaxing, your torso is relaxing. You can feel every pore in your face relax. Very good. Your eyes relax, every pore in your head relax. You're just aware of that relaxed feeling and the pink color and your breath. The more beautiful that pink color is getting inside your body, the more peace is spreading in your body, the more love is spreading in your body, the more easily you're getting to breathe. The more easily you're getting to breathe, the more you can feel that pink color of peace all over your body. You can literally feel every bit of you relax. And in this relaxed state, you can tell yourself, it's my perception. This is only my perception. I've always been I've always lived in interdependence, and it's safe to be connected with each other. See that pink energy flowing down the generations, to and fro. So what's the learning you get here? Archana, what's the learning you get here?
I don't need to break relations to be independent.
Make it more positive. Take off the nose. I need to do what?
I need to have healthier and stronger relationships.
Make it simple, stupid. How will you have healthy and stronger relationships?
I need to love unconditionally.
Make it simple, stupid, because love is a very generic term. What will you do?
Nothing else coming.
Pardon?
Nothing else is coming.
Okay, so break down love. What will you do? How will you make it simple for yourself? What is one thing that you will do that will make you feel loved?
Take care of everyone.
Take care of you how? Make it simple, stupid. How will you take care of you?
Be happy.
Pardon?
Be happy.
How will you be happy? Give me one thing that you will do for yourself. It's all global. Love.
Look after myself.
How? Give me one activity that you will be doing. That means that you're looking after yourself.
Give more self-respect to myself.
Very good. How? What will you say to yourself or do for yourself or have for yourself, which will feel that you've got self-respect?
Put down my feet when I want to.
Okay,
Eat
so
something. Yeah.
see yourself putting down your feet and relaxing.
Completely. I think in ages, my spine for the first time has felt relaxed.
Very good.
And this is when I am actually going through COVID right now. I'm great. Thank you.
You're having corona right now?
I am.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you.
Wow. So you can put your feet down and relax. You can allow that to happen. How does that feel?
Amazing.
Very good. Can you give that understanding to all the women in the generation? Because their understanding is that once they get married, they are not allowed to relax. They're asking people, can I relax? They're feeling guilty about relaxing.
Yeah.
So you will give yourself permission to relax. That's all. That's how simple it is.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
This session. Thank you. Feedback time, guys. Were you able to work on it? Were you able to get some help from the session?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I say?
Please, Rashi, go ahead.
यस मैम मैम आई फील रिलैक्स्ड मतलब मैंने पहली बार अपनी जिंदगी में मतलब मेरे को याद ही नहीं था कि मेरे को दादी के गुजर जाने के बाद इतना कुछ हर्ट होगा अंदर। वो आज मैंने इतने दिन बाद फेस किया और देखा कि मेरे फैमिली जनरेशन जो वो लॉस था उनके तरफ से वो सब चीजें चले आ रही थी 10 जनरेशन से, तो वो मैंने चीजें सही करी और मुझे आज पहली बार समझ में आया कि ओके अगर मैं सेंटर्ड रहूंगी, फोकस्ड रहूंगी तो ये सारी चीजें कुछ नहीं होंगी, fearful नहीं होंगी।
शाबाश शाबाश, गुड जॉब राशि। कोई और शेयर करेगा?
थैंक यू मैम।
यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम माय डियर। कोई और शेयर करेगा? कैसे महसूस किया आपने?
Can I
What
share?
did you? Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, while ma'am was going back into her generations, I was having severe pain in my back and I couldn't sit. I have to lie down. And then suddenly, while you were talking to ma'am, I felt like मतलब हम मेरे घर में शादियां सक्सेसफुल नहीं रही हैं एंड आई हैव दिस फियर कि मेरी शादी के बाद भी चीजें सही नहीं होंगी। सडनली आई फेल्ट कि शादी हर चीज की प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती। आई कैन बी इंडिपेंडेंट लाइक आई एम राइट नाउ। आई कैन बी same person after marriage also.
Of course
So
you
that
can
was
be.
my learning.
Can you understand that we have these preconceived notions? हमने
Yeah.
एक इंसान को हर चीज की गलती के लिए खड़ा कर लिया है, जिसे हम हस्बैंड कहते हैं. He refuses. After that, it's like for everything he is to be blamed. And somewhere we're not taking responsibility of our own happiness, of putting our feet down and just relaxing. कोई और शेयर करेगा? Thank you. Anybody else would like to share?
Anu, may I?
Ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we need to just be aware of your own perception towards things, situation, or people around you, so that you don't get into so much of mess and create much more mess. Rather, just it the way it is and just sort it out.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. कोई और शेयर करेगा?
Ma'am, may I?
Anu, me.
Go ahead. Please go ahead. पहले आरती फिर अमिता. आरती करिए आप शेयर फटाफट.
Okay, so for me, what came into awareness was that I wanted someone else to speak up for me, whereas it was me that had to speak up for myself.
शाबाश. आवाज दी भगवान ने तुम्हें बुलंद इतनी, फिर भी तुम वेट कर रही हो कि कोई तुम्हारे लिए बोलेगा. जानवर को आवाज नहीं दी गई थी, भाषा नहीं दी गई थी, उसकी आवाज सुन लेती हो, खुद की आवाज नहीं सुनती हो. And that is always our biggest challenge, guys. Very good. Anybody else? Amita, share please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, when we are going back to generation, I could not feel peace till like 604 or 5 generation. At
Perfect.
606 generation, I could feel it little light, and I was feeling that there is a feeling that if you will respond, you will be rejected, and that was the learning that you can speak up for yourself. And I was feeling heavy over here in this area.
Yeah.
That you have to speak for yourself.
It's the understanding that is given. You have to remember how to speak. It has to be firm and with love.
Yes.
And at times, maybe that firmness doesn't come in. Maybe you have to do danga fasad also.
Yes. But it's about that you have to stand for yourself.
You have to.
No matter what people think about you, you have to stand for yourself.
Yes.
And things will be in
आपको
place.
खुदा ने चलने के लिए और आपने उनका इस्तेमाल नहीं किया, आवाज दी, आपने उसका दुरुपयोग किया. That is not correct. Use the things that are given to you. Wonderful. Anybody else?
Anu, we cannot complain and blame anybody else. We have to just accept that we didn't take the right actions to change and bring the change for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Great learning. Great learning. I have just one question, Anu. This is a recorded session. If I play this recording to go through for any of these patterns, it will bring light, right?
Yes, absolutely. You can use what I did at the end to break anything. And this is a recorded session. It will go on my channel. So you can go on Anu Mehta channel, and the link is there. I will otherwise put it again in the group, and you can go and have a revisit it.
Wonderful. Gratitude. Pranam to you, Anu. You're doing such a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajendra. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? Anybody else would like to share? Okay. So this is where we end the session today. It was beautiful talking to you guys. I was actually a little nervous today because it's very difficult to be the host, to also do the talk, to manage the Facebook, and then to manage the recording. And it can be overwhelming at times, like I don't know what I'm doing. So I had to fast jump from one role to another. So COVID, Archana has been having for how many days now, Archana?
6 days today.
Pardon?
6th day today.
6th day today. And how many people in the family are down with it?
4.
Oh my God. And how are they doing?
All managed by homeopathy only. Doing good.
They're doing good?
Yeah. All of them.
Wonderful. God bless.
Thank you.
I now it has come so close. It's like I know someone at least even now in the group who is got. It's become like that's the best. Actually, that's the way you'll build immunity, and after that you can roam anywhere. You will.
That's what I'm looking forward to now.
You'll have no. You don't have to worry at all.
I know.
Because you've already created the natural vaccine inside.
Barrier, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me
Thank you.
first pull off the recording. Does anybody have any other question before I put off the recording? Okay.